afternoon, I should say, and welcome to the last evening of Season 12 for the Pro 2 League. Just before we go any further, I'll just check my audio levels are working fine. Make sure I've got my mic turned on and the mic's just far enough away from me so everyone can hear me. So let's just check. Yep, all seems lovely and good. So here we go. Race 13 of 14. Here at Blue Moon. The season's obviously coming to a close right now. Just want to thank everyone who's been tuning in to watch these races. I hope you've all enjoyed them. Apparently I've got a new person that likes watching the races, and that's Christian's girlfriend. So to Christian's girlfriend, hello, how you doing, and all that, you know. So no, I'm glad people are enjoying this race replay stuff. Through these weird times that we're going through at the moment. Hopefully it's just like half an hour's of stuff to just take your mind off things. I know it actually kind of like helps me to forget about what's going on around the world at the moment. Commentating on this stuff just for half an hour, but so hope you've enjoyed it all. So here we go, we shall crack on then. The situation as I remember it though at this race was Scrap Drifter was something like 20 points or 17 points ahead of myself, Beserker-Boy, in the lead for the championship. So basically the only way that the final this rate basically Beserker-Boy has to finish in front of Scrap Drifter for anything to be of substance for the last race. So we shall see how that pans out, but Scrap Drifter made his cause ever so much better by qualifying on pole position here in his new liveried GTR. He is on Racing Supersofts. Woodhays is back here in second place. He's got Racing Softs on the front in his Audi. Racing Supersofts in the back. Craig is yet to actually win a race, but he's been driving very well this season. He's now third in the championship, and I think Aaron is fourth into this race. He's here in his Subaru. Total Rose here in his GTR. Racing Softs front, Racing Supersofts on the back. Beserker-Boy in the bus. Funny nickname that I gave myself at the beginning of the year. I didn't realise how relevant it would actually be at the end of the year. The bus 36 is actually to do with a guy called Jerome Bettis, an American football player who's my favourite player from my favourite team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and his nickname's the Bus. Little did I realise that after the updates they would turn the Alpha literally into the handling characteristics and speed of a bus. But saying all that, for some reason I actually managed to qualify 5th on the grid, putting in a sub 112 time for the first time all week. And just to give you an idea of how bad the handling of the Alpha is, I suddenly twigged during qualifying if I actually put my traction control on and left it on, would it stop the Alpha sliding so much going through the corners. And it actually did. It improved my time by about half a second. But basically the only way to control this car now in some shape, form or fashion is to have traction control on. It's on 1, but man alive, I know that these cars shouldn't have traction control on at all. But anyway, for the last time this season I will be driving this Alpha. It's been a fun little car to drive, I have to say, up until the update, but hey ho. Here we have TC Idle in a new livery. Thank you. I'm not sure when he's saying thank you to, but hey, thank you as well. Oh, the NHS down there on the bottom right. So yep, TC Idle's qualified 6th here in his GTR. Zafiro's back here in a Subaru in 7th place. Sayrek's back here in his GTR in 8th. Blackie's back here in a Subaru. We'll get on to Blackie in a minute. 9th in his Subaru. Alehead back here in his Subaru 10th, and got 4th, 12th. Jason back here in his GTR. And the Hammer games, I think Hammer didn't get a chance to qualify, so he's back here in 12th. Now, I know, speaking of my ails with the Alpha, I know Mark basically had the option of either not racing in one race or using the Subaru in both, which obviously is against the rules, but at least he had a chance to race in both by using the Subaru in both. So I understand Mark's position. I'm not sure of his tyre choice there with racing Supersoft front and racing Softs back. I'm not really sure what that's all about, Mark, whether that was a mistake or not. But as a fellow Alpha driver, I can understand your consternation. I'll be honest, guys, there was one point in this race where I nearly quit because it was just proving too hard to get this Alpha around the track. But we'll get to that as we go. So here we go. Blue Moon. It's going to be, I think it's going to be a strong circuit for the Audis, but they're obviously going to bog down. So where's the lights? Is there any lights around anywhere? Can't see any. Can't see any. So we just look back and see it gets a good jump off the grid. And yeah, Scrapjector's got a great jump, and that's not surprising. The Subaru of Craig's going to close up on the inside as well. Let's go through the field. Beserker-Boy myself, I managed to get somehow got it up through to third place here, or nearly third place, side by side with Aaron Total Rose, coming into this really tricky left-hand kink. Just gets it through there, which also makes Aaron go wide, and Zafiro's now gone up to fourth place. Ooh, Sayrex gets a bit sideways there. Was that contact? It's a two-way bundle now between Sayrex and Woody through turn one. That long looping left-hand turn, which is part of the oval. Ooh, Sayrex just trying to, oh yeah, there's a little nudge there from Woody, but actually gains him a couple of places. He goes sideways. Can he hold it? Yes, he can. Oh, nice drifting there from Sayrex. Gains 2 places and does it with style. Back here there was TCI who is now caught up to the side of Sayrex. Sayrex going to outbrake him. Yep, he is. Sayrex going to keep it going through there. So it's all very close, this circuit. You can see the driver's completely line astern through. Oh, who's that sideways there? Is that Hammer Games? He's up to 10th. It's got up to 10th. Jason 11th, and now had Alehead is at the rear, but not really that far off. So in the meantime, on board here with pole sitter, championship leader, Scrap Drifter. He's now starting to get into his groove at the end of lap 1, coming into lap 2, coming into this horrible, I don't like this this corner because he got that little bump there. He backs off and then brakes, I believe. Nice apex there, feeding the power back out, doesn't go too wide. And then this little blind, sort of half blind kink there, takes a lot of curve, which he can do at Blue Moon here. Nice and smooth, gets a nice apex there as well. So he's driving very smoothly, is Scrap Drifter. It's just starting to pull away a little bit from Craig, and there's a big gap now between them and Beserker-Boy in the Alpha. Obviously the Alpha is not known for its straight line speed or power. But there you go, that was the trouble I was having with the Alpha, the back end sliding out. Just show you that one more time so you can get an idea of what it felt like driving this bus. You come around this corner, got traction control on, just come around here trying to feed the power on, and it just spins it up with the weight. It's just a hideous thing to control. It's just allowed here Aaron in the GTR to get side by side with Berserker coming up to the last corner. It's going to be a drag race now down to the start finish line. Everyone just avoids the wall there, I think. Yep, going through it. Everyone's cleanly through. Jason and Alehead and Jason have had some sort of incident. They're well off the pace. Let's just quickly go back to see what happened here. So yeah, here's Alehead. He's dropped back to last place at the moment. Oh, there's contact up there. Yep, there was contact there between the Hammer Games and Jason's. Oh, and then he's unfortunately coming back into the racing line. He's now managed to smack Alehead off the track as well. Complete carnage. Oh, disaster for these two. As you can see, the car's going to appear on the right. Oh, I don't think he realised Alehead was there. There's properly damaged the car right. Doesn't look like there's damage, unfortunately, for both cars. Just, oh, unfortunate incident there, I have to say. In the meantime, though, so that's why those two have fallen to the back. Scrap Drifter now. started. He's not pulling away from Craig. Craig is keeping station and he's still within the GTR slipstream. Somehow Beserker is still managing to hold on to third, but I don't think it's going to be for much longer. Here we are with Aaron. It's going to go very wide. Where's Beserker gone? There's Beserker on the inside. Let's go from Zafiro's point of view, see if we can find out what happens here. Yep, cleanly straight past Beserker goes Aaron. Beserker's now falling back to 4th place. Tidy line. You can see the tail end of that Alpha sliding out. There's Beserker fighting to hold the back of that car and again you can see, let's just one more look at Beserker-Boy's car here coming into turn 1, the back end sliding all over the place. There goes the back end once. It was constantly drifting through each corner. Here we go again into this kink. What's the back end of that Alpha again? It's sliding out as well. It just wants to drift every corner. Doesn't quite go too bad there, but anyway, so nice line astern of the order. So let's go through the order then and see where everyone has panned out. Oops, sorry for the flicking. Here we go. On board now at the end of, coming up towards the end of lap 3, we've got Scrap Drifter in 1st place, Craig in 2nd, Total Rose 3rd, Beserker 4th, Zafiro 5th, TC Idol 6th. It's a nice bum fight going on here though. We've got Blackie with Woodhaze and Cyrex. Oh, Woody gets it wrong, hits the barrier going round, but the Audi is so strong and powerful, it can still get some decent speed, even scrubbing some off. Cyrex and Woody side by side, screaming down the start-finish straight, wheel nut to wheel nut, wing mirror to wing mirror. Who's going to break last coming into turn 1? Oh, just Cyrex cuts the nose of the Audi off. That was fantastic driving by both these boys. So Woody's back to 9th, but he's still within it. Let's go to the track map. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, I can count. They're all still within a few seconds of each other, so not far at all. So let's go back up to the top, see what's going on. Oh, it looks like Craig has certainly caught up to the back end of that GTR. So Craig's man on a mission. It's Dominic Cummings on a drive up to Durham. He's man on a mission, trying to close that gap between him and Scrap Drifter. He's not going to let him go. He's saying, "Come here, I need to get to my parents' house." Getting on the start-finish straight. What kind of speed is he getting up to? 153. 153 miles an hour. Going up the A1. I'll stop the political jokes now. Anyway, so while we have a quick break, I must tell you, I'm having coffee and it's not the budget version. Special occasion today, doing these race replays, I've actually got proper filter coffee for a change. And oh man, that tastes nice. Proper Italian roast filter coffee, the best. Right, so these two starting to pull out a gap now. The last few weeks, Scrap Drifter, oh, scrapes the wall there. Scrap Drifter and Craig have certainly been a little bit of more of the class of the field. Beserker has not been able to keep up the same pace as before, but he's still hanging on here in 4th place in an ailing Alpha that doesn't like getting in top gears. Tywear's not too bad at the moment. TC Idol's now up into 5th place. He got past the Firo. Black is in 6th. Cyrex is still ahead of. He's starting to put out a bit of a lead now over Woody. Hammer Games, here comes Nick in Subaru. And he's got a big gap then between him and Ailhead and Jason. So, top 10 are all there or thereabouts. It's a little bit line astern at the moment, waiting for something to happen. So, while we're doing that, we'll just quickly go through the race order and their lap times. See who's actually got the quicker pace at the moment. So here we go, Scrap Drifter. I have to say, I do like the new colours of that. GTR, blue and white. It's a very striking design. Do like that. So Scrap Drifter doing a 1:11.5. Craig's done a 1:11.4, so he has definitely got a slight pace advantage. Total Rose 1:11.9. Beserker-Boy, there we go. As I said, the kind of lap times I've been putting in all week were 12s, mid 12s, and so how I managed to do an 11.9 for qualifying is beyond me, but this was more like the pace I could manage. So here we are, Beserker in 4th, doing 12.3s. TC Idol's just been caught by Zafiro. They're both doing mid 12s as well. TC Idol's slightly quicker, and he's got ahead of Zafiro. Back here in 5th and 6th. Blackie is catching up to these boys. He's almost done a 12 flat. So Blackie's looking pretty sporty in that Subaru. Don't count him out. You can see 4, 5, 6 in front of him. Woody and Sayrex are still at it back here in 8th and 9th. Woody's now got back in front of the GTR. So it's a slight. It doesn't look like Sayrex has made a mistake anywhere. But Woody can do a flat 12. Sayrex looking up the inside here. Oh, let's stick with this because the Hammer Games is in on this battle as well. Let's go on board with Sayrex. Oh, slight little nudge there from Camille. Undercuts the Audi very well there. Is he going to go around the outside here? There's final sort of hairpin. Nope. Woody blocks him off. Nice driving there from both Woody and Sayrex. But now we've got the Hammer Games joining this party. Coming around the final turn. Here we go. On board with the Hammer Games. Looking at the tailpipes of Sayrex. All trying to lose each other's slipstream, but to be honest, it's not really going to work. They're all going to follow each other, coming down the start-finish straight. Hammer Games got a grandstand view of this. Backs off quite early to see what happens with those two. Cruises round the outside, gets it wrong, hits the barrier. He's just lost touch. Now Sayrex. This is a ding-dong battle, I have to say. I didn't realise this was going on back in the field back a little bit further. Sayrex and Woody is evenly matched here. In the meantime, looks like Scrap Drifter has been caught again now, properly caught. From the man on the mission, Craig, he wants to get his first MRC win. Scrap Drifter again scrubs some speed off at the final corner and sparks flying from the back of that GTR. Whether he's got armour plating on the back rear of his car to do that. The Subaru's not really gaining though. That GTR is so powerful in a straight line. Coming into the braking zone, so Scrap brakes just before the dip, and then both cars get properly unsettled. Craig's got on a shallow line. Shallow line there. Scrap Drifter's starting to just keep that distance away from. Oh, Craig! I thought he was going to go a bit too far wide, but no, he's held it. Nice tidy lines here from these two boys. Nice, simple, flowing driving. So now Total Rose is in 3rd, and TC Idol's got ahead of that of the bus. Here we are on board with Beserker, trying to hang on to as many points as he possibly can, and hope that something goes wrong with Scrap Drifter up ahead. Gently put the power on, even though he's got traction control. You can see 4th place slipping away from him. The championship chances slipping away from him the further he goes back. And then you'll just see the gutless Alpha just can't keep up with the car in front. That was a great line by Beserker coming out of the final turn. But you'll see the gutless Alpha here is just going to get just completely destroyed by this GTR. Can't do anything about it. TC Idol just cruising away, and even with the slipstream it's just still cruising away. So sideways action, trying to fight that car. It's just allowing Blackie to catch up. Blackie's having a strong race in his Subaru here in 6th place. He's got ahead of Zafiro. Woody, oh, Sayrex has dropped back. Oh no, the Hammer Games, he hasn't dropped back. The Hammer Games has got on. Sayrex drifts wide, smashes the barrier, hits the grass. Oh dear. Oh, all that good work that he's had. Has he got damage? No, he hasn't. Oh, someone's got a penalty up here. So it's very rare that people can get a penalty here, even with the corner cutting allowed. It looks like Woody's struggling with the front end of that Audi. Where does he get the penalty? He's obviously taken too much of the inside corner at that turn here. So that means the Hammer surely is going to take up 7th place when Woody eventually scrubs that penalty off. Is Woody going to let Hammer through or just wait until he gets to the start, finish straight? Or maybe this straight? Next, running on the grass, and Sarex has dropped right off now. On board now with the Hammer Edge. Yep, there we go. Sorry, it's not done it right. There we go. Woody has scrubbed his penalty off now on the start finish straight, and he's coming into the pits. So Zafiro's coming into the pits. Woody's coming into the pits. Here comes Woody's pit crew sauntering out. And while we do that, I'm going to have another bit of my lovely filter coffee. Oh, you can tell the difference. Oh, that was lovely coffee. Right then, so 13 minutes in, with pit stop window is now in effect. We'll see how these boys will go through the field as they have their opportunity to pit and see if they do or not. Finally, Scrapdrifter manages to not scrape the outside wall. Craig is, you can smell a first victory. It's just 20 yards up the road in front of him. If you could just get in front. But both these boys now not coming into the pit. Is Aaron coming into the pits? No. Aaron's up to 3rd. TC Idol? No. Here comes Blackie. He's not doing it. Here comes Beserker. The Hammer. Sarex. Zafiro. Woody's already pitted. Alehead hasn't pitted, so no one else has pitted this lap. So go back to the. This is a good, nice battle happening here. Craig's been behind Scrapdrifter for most of this race. Must be trying to start. He's closed the gap, but hasn't really been able to make any sort of manoeuvres to try and get in front. And the trouble is that GTR is strong in a straight line. So even if he does get in front through the infield section, I'm pretty sure that GTR is just going to start cruising past him, coming down the main straight. So he's just losing touch just here. It's just a bit too far away to catch up. Let's see with the slipstream. Going on board here with Craig. Craig Maximus Decimus Meridius. No, it's not making any impression, even with the slipstream into that car's lead in front. Both cars getting properly unsettled at that first bump. This is the one thing I don't really like about Blue Moon. That first turn, it's not the turn. It's Scrapdrifter's gone very wide. Oh, mistake there for Scrapdrifter. Very wide indeed. Surely this is Craig's opportunity to try and get into the lead. Who's going to be the last of the late breakers? And it looks like it's Craig. He's got through it finally. Craig's managed to get through, but Scrapdrifter's fighting back straight away, just like any good driver should. The moment you lose the lead to someone, fight straight away. But no, Craig's got a nice line there, blocks off any chance Scrap could have had then. But this is what I was talking about, the start finish long straight. I'm sure that GTR is just going to cruise up to the back of that Subaru. Let's go on board a Scrap. Yep, you see there's the difference. GTR's power is cruising up. I'm not sure he's going to get there in time. It's going to be close. Yeah, he backs right off to Scrapdrifter. So now he knows he's got it in the bag. He can, if he's close enough, he's got the drag on that Subaru in front, as long as he keeps it close at the end of the lap. So who else is coming to the pits? Berserker's now into the pits. Here comes the bus. And out he goes. Sarex has just gone into the pits, just come out as well. Berserker's now bound to 7th. Oh, there's contact, slight little bit of contact there with Woody. Woody squeezed Berserker at the apex. Nice little battle here. Yep, Woody has changed his tyres just after Beserker's changed his tyres. The Hammer Game's now in 9th. We're watching this battle. The Audi looks like it's just waiting for an opportunity to get to the start, finish straight, to cruise past that Alpha. But Beserker's manfully trying to block him off. Still wins the best delivery, I think, of the. God, you can see it there. The Alpha leaning over into all these corners, just losing traction. So here we're on board with Woody now. Has he got a nice drive on the Alpha in front? Surely he's going to cruise past. TC Idle's in the pits. Here we go. The Audi straight line speed is just phenomenal, bordering on OP. If you ask me, it's just too much. Can Beserker do anything about catching Woody through the infield section? No, it's starting to lose touch. So, blimey, we're 18 minutes in. Let's go through the field and see how things lie. Oh. So Craig is now out in front over Scrapdrifter. Craig has not stopped yet. I'm wondering if the front two runners are going to stop. Craig, is he going to stop now? Nope. Scrapdrifter is though. Scrapdrifter's coming into the pits. In the meantime, Aaron's coming around. He's not stopped yet. He's on racing softs on the front, racing super softs on the back. There's the Scrapdrifter in the pits. Nice quick tyre change there off for Jackson. Away he goes. Is he going to get out in front of Toros? This is going to be tight. Oh, Aaron has to. I thought Aaron was going to get too far wide. He has gone too far wide. Scrapdrifter now has caught right back up to Aaron. Here's Scrapdrifter. Oh, flings it in the inside. Nice move there from Scrap. Puts his hazard lights on and his indicator saying I'm coming through. Or maybe that was just through the excitement of actually getting that position. That's good for Scrapdrifter. He's not been held up by Aaron. So he gives him chance now to catch up to the lead driver Craig Maximus. Just a little bit further up the road. Blackie's made his way up to 4th. He's not stopped yet. TC Idle has stopped. He's in 5th. Zafiro stopped. He's in 6th. Woody is ahead of Beserker-Boy, who's losing the back end of that car everywhere, even though he's pitted. And that was on clean racing super softs. Still struggling mightily with the Alpha's extra weight. So here we go. Race leaders into the pits. So we go on board with Scrapdrift as he comes down the main start finish straight to see where he comes out. Is he going to come out in front? There's Craig, the race leader. He's going to get into turn 1. Oh, it's Scrapdrifter by Whisker. Oh, we're back to where we were. Not almost, because it was the other way around. So that's worked out well for Scrapdrifter. He's managed to regain first position through the pit stop window. And Aaron's not too far behind, but he's not pitted. Is Aaron going for a no stop on those racing softs? You can see those two squabbling in front just up the road. Blackie's again having a nice solid race, although that wasn't very solid through that corner. In 4th place. He's not pitted either, and his front right is suffering. TC Idle has pitted, so it's not sure if Mark's intending to no stop. Zafiro's pitted, he's in 6th. Woody's now far ahead of Beserker-Boy, who's 7th and 8th. Hammer Game's 9th, Sayarex 10th, Jason 11th, Arrowhead still running 12th. So, here we go. Time for another quick drink. Both cars. Oh, Mark has pitted from 5th place. Mark's into the pits. Has just lost his position to Zafiro as well. Here we go. This is so close. These two have been nose to tail all race. But Craig couldn't gain any advantage through the pit window. Coming through the infield hairpin sections. We thought this is a place where the Subaru does quite well, even though he's up against a GTR. The 4-wheel drive Subaru seems to shoot out at the exit of corners. You can put the power down a little bit earlier sometimes than you think. But nope, still can't do anything about it. Manfully holding on to second place and manfully holding on to the back end of that GTR, but just can't find a way to get past. Aaron, though, I'm wondering if the two boys up front are squabbling somewhat, which has just allowed Aaron, who still hasn't pitted. So, looks like Aaron's going for a no stop. He's got 8 minutes to go. That's, how much of a lead has Aaron got over TC Idol? Here's Aaron in third place. He's got a 7-second lead over TC Idol in fourth place. There's TC. They're also in a GTR. Can't quite see Aaron up the road just yet, but he's just around that corner. Zafira's had another good solid race for the Dutchman as well. He's in fifth. Oh, Mark smashes the barrier there. Woody is caught right up. Beserker's still there or thereabouts, just not letting those two get away. He's just on his best sector time as well. Cuts a lot of curb there. Drifts the car as always. He's desperately trying to hang on to the back end of the Audi in front, but he's got a hard charging Hammer Games behind him. Sarex, who was battling with Woody's, he's only really made one mistake and it's cost him dearly. He's lost about he's 4 places behind where he probably should be on the track. I was a bit too far behind. Jason's still thereabouts, drifting wide, holds it through that turn there. That was good driving. So, right, another drinks break. It's all a bit stationary at the moment. Waiting for the next 5 minutes for things to shake themselves about a bit. Just have a quick. Who's done the fastest lap time? Craig Maximus has done the fastest lap time, and 11 point. What was that? 4:52. So Craig's still looking to find a way past Scrap Drifter. This is, if you pardon the pun, been a good scrap up front. Well, don't pardon the pun. I meant that completely. This tyre situation is pretty good, is Craig's. He just hasn't. The trouble is, Craig just hasn't got an answer to this part of the track. No matter how close he gets to Scrap Drifter along the start-finish straight, he just can't get close enough to do anything about it coming into turn 1. It's a problem he's going to have to solve at some point in this race. In the meantime, look, no stopping Aaron is now being caught. You can see TC Idol there in the background catching Aaron. Zafiro, good solid race from him. He's in 5th still, but it looks like Blackie's caught right up. Yet again, Woody has just cruised past Beserker-Boy. Beserker's desperately trying to keep that Alpha in touch with everyone else. Nice tidy line there by Beserker-Boy. Is he going to undercut the Audi coming into this section here? Oh, he's got a nice run on him there, but he just can't find a way. Oh, and the back end of the car's swinging him all over the place. There he goes. Beserker's binned it again, trying to get it under control, and I think he's about to lose. Yep, there goes 9th place. So let's go back. That looked to me like the back end either just touched the white line or it just didn't want to grip as he comes into this the shifting of the weight. Yeah, it just doesn't want to play. Right, with Beserker-Boy my head on here as the driver, this was the point I nearly just got parked up. Is at this point where the Alpha was just so hard to handle, and I'm now just bleeding places all the way back, you know, from 9th to 10th. Is right behind me. It's just the car's just going backwards, not helping me whatsoever. This is the point where I came around this corner and thought, should I just go into the pits and just have done with it? You see, look, it just drifted wide again. Just didn't want to turn. Very, very tempting to just go into the pits. I'm thinking about it, but then I thought, oh, here we go. I'm going to lose 10th place now. Sarek's going to cruise past back to 10th place. But the reason I didn't stop is I looked at the time. We've got 4 minutes. Let's just get this over and done with, and that's it over with. Anyway, enough of my race. Ooh, here we go. Craig is definitely struggling to keep tabs of Scrap Drifter on the start-finish straight, but he's never had a better opportunity than he has now. You can't get much closer than this. And again, Scrap, just a few sparks there as he hits the barrier on the exit. The last corner, surely this is the opportunity Craig's got now. Surely this is the moment. He's only got 3.5 minutes to go. Time is running out. Where is he going to try and make a move on Scrap Drifter? Is he going to be in turn 1? No, he backs out of it there. And Scrap's so neat and tidy, gets a power on, but he pulls away slightly. Didn't look like he was, but he was pulling away slightly. Through the infield section, that's the only place where Scrap Drifter's made a mistake. He's having to keep this so clean. Craig's been right in his back seat all race long. In the meantime, this battle's brewing as well. Toros, who's no stopped, is struggling mightily with that front right hand tyre. He's got a hard charging GTR a couple of seconds behind him. So this looks like that's brewing nicely. Has Blackie got any battles? He's holding his own out here against Zafiro. 5 and 6 look like they're pretty set at the moment. Woody, I'm not sure he's going to be able to catch up to them. The Hammer Games, Woody's got another penalty, which might bring him back to the clutches of the Hammer Games. Sarex is thereabouts as well, and Beserker's literally just falling off now. Owlhead Jason's retired. So, back to this. It's been like this since lap 1, halfway through lap 1. 2 minutes to go. Can Craig get his maiden victory in MRC? It is literally a car's length ahead of him. Or can Scrap Drifter, who's been under so much pressure for the entire race, can he hold on for the last 1.5 minutes? But it looks like he's got a nice run here coming through the infield. I think this could be the moment. Is Craig going to try and outbrake Scrap Drifter? He does. He goes deep. Scrap Drifter tried to turn in, but there was a Subaru in the way. Bit of a block pass, but it's all racing. And finally, Craig, after 27 minutes, has got that Subaru in front. And now it's a time for Scrap Drifter to try and do something about it. Can the GTR driver? Oh no, he's done it again. He's scrubbed too much. Surely he's scrubbed too much speed off. There's only a minute to go. This will be the last lap coming up. In the meantime, TC Idol has gotten past Aaron. Where did that happen? Aaron's back here side by side. It was happening to turn 1. Whilst that was going on, just a bit further up the road, Aaron is struggling on that front right. He's down to less than half on that front right. How much distance has he got between him and Blackie? There's still quite a lot of distance between those two. Hammer Games has just overtaken Woody, there's some battles brewing here. Last lap shenanigans here. Woody's suffering with those front tyres, but the Hammer Games Nick has got in front of Woody. And Sarex has joined the party. There's a three-way fight coming into this turn. Sarex has got Woody as well. Oh, fantastic driving there from Sarex. But Woody has just lost 2 spots in one move, but here he goes. He's coming up the inside. Can he get outbrake Sarex into the hairpin? He's going to try and put the Audi right in front and block him. He's done it. He's got back in front of Sarex, which has just allowed Hammer Games to get further away. In the meantime, with these two squabbling here, even Beserker-Boy sniffing a couple of places, but no, Sarex got up the inside. So, it's all kicking off right at the end of the race. But we need to get up front. We'll come back to see what these two boys are doing later. But in the meantime, 30 seconds to go. Scrap Drifter has still got to find a way to catch up to Craig. Craig, he must be sweating his you-know-what's off as Scrap tries to go up the inside, but he tries to make the same move that Craig did to him. Unfortunately, it's gone wrong. So Scrap Drifter's waiting for Craig to regain his place. That's great driving by Scrap. It was a bit of a could have gone right, but it didn't. It didn't go right. So Scrap Drifter does the honourable thing. Fair play, Scrap. Good driving, mate. Oh, he scrubbed it off again. So that's just going to allow. Here we are. Craig is going to pick up his maiden MRC victory. I don't know how long it's been for him, but he's finally bust that cherry. got the monkey off his back and is going to win at Blue Moon. Scrap Drifter's going to finish second. TC Idol's coming around now. He's going to finish in third place for the last podium position. Crosses the line now. Tail Rose, no stopped. Fantastic drive from Aaron to finish fourth. Blackie, another solid drive for him. He's going to finish in fifth. Zafiro couldn't catch up. He's going to finish in sixth. The Hammer Game's coming down now. He's going to finish in seventh. And here we go. It's a street fight down the... Let's go back to see how that panned out. Even Beserker-Boy's even got right into this. This is Beserker-Boy. It's a three-way bum fight now into the last corner. Beserker-Boy's got nowhere to go because all you can see is that Audi in front of him. Sayrix over on the outside. Woody side by side here with Sayrix coming around this final bank turn. But that's just a straight line overpowered. Audi is just going to pull away. So Woody is going to finish in 8th place. Sayrix 9th. Beserker 10th. Alehead's going to come around now for 11th. And Jason will finish in 12th position. So exciting stuff near towards the end of the race, and thank you everyone for watching. We shall see you shortly for the final race of the season. Hope you enjoyed it. See you again soon. I'm going to have some more coffee and then we'll be back for the final race at Kyoto Driving Park. So take it from there. See you later. Bye.